Hello everyone, my name is Ariana Masterjohn, and for my topic I chose stress management in the workplace, specifically through physical exercise. So there's two main types of stress. There's eustress, which is generally thought of as positive stress or motivating stress, things that push us to reach our goals on time, like deadlines and things. And then there's distress. This is a negative type of stress that can result from these chronically demanding situations and is deemed bad stress. The article I chose was published by the American Psychological Association and is titled Coping with Stress at Work. It goes through and explains that work stress is common and chronic stress is harmful for your health and can lead to things like an increased risk of heart disease, increased blood pressure, and along with like a decrease in your immune system and an increase in a risk for obesity as well, which is interesting. And many times to cope with high stressors in the workplace, people turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms, such as increased drinking and substance abuse. They recommend a variety of different things to cope with stress at work, such as tracking your stress triggers, setting boundaries, prioritizing this rest and relaxation. And one of the most significant things that I talk about in this research is just switching to a healthier lifestyle too, which will not only better your work life, but will also benefit your life outside of work as well. The article talks about the power of yoga and how it's a tool for relaxing the mind while increasing strength in your body too. The research article I looked at was published by BMC Public Health and looks at how long-term care workers manage their health in high-stress jobs. And most of them, I believe it was 35 out of 42 of these workers, practice self-care strategies like healthy eating and physical exercise. However, they found that a lot of the time there was a financial barrier in between a worker's desire to eat healthy and exercise and their low wages at their workplace. And it makes it harder to maintain these habits. The author calls for this integration of total worker health, which looks at not only the individual behaviors, but extends them to the broader social context and how you can advocate for your workers as people, and how you can help promote their just general health and well-being as a worker and outside too in their everyday lives. Both articles have a lot of similarities and highlight that workplace stress is harmful to one's overall health and well-being, and that individual techniques and coping strategies such as exercise and healthy habits can really benefit a person as a whole. The APA piece primarily focuses on these individual strategies such as yoga and what an individual worker can do to help manage their own stress. However, the BMC Public Health research article focuses primarily on like the structural barriers of financial and kind of like just the specific of being a long-term care worker and the high stress that comes with that. It also, emphasizes more on a general level and kind of like the total worker health, while the APA one is more focused on just individual strategies for coping, which is interesting. Both of these scholarly and professional sources together connect back into what we've read in the text and what we've learned about in lecture as well, of just how there are a variety of different stressors in the workplace, and stress is really inevitable at work, but there's different ways that we can cope with it. And a lot of it is prioritizing the self-care and taking care of ourselves as individuals too. And for employers to recognize that their employees, their workers are people too. And, working long hours and working in high stress environments takes a toll on a person. And we need to learn for ourselves what we need to take care of ourselves, and employers need to recognize that there needs to be time for rest and relaxation and recovery as well. And I think that it's really important that we just prioritize the well-being of workers. And, we can have our own self-care techniques and different things, but if the workplace offered techniques to maybe limit this financial barrier, maybe if some workplaces offered, like in-house gyms or gym memberships or different things like this, even like a yoga class or teaching breathing techniques, things that you could do at your desk. It would be so helpful for overall worker health. So yeah, stress management in the workplace and, just physical health and physical well-being and exercise is really important. So yeah, thank you for listening and have a great rest of your day.